Well, good afternoon and welcome back, National Soccer League fans, to this broadcast of our preseason continuing here for you today on the National Soccer League Network. We've got a showdown between the Banshees and the Conductors here happening in Atlanta in our second of four preseason fixtures that are taking place over the course of this weekend. It'll be an interesting chance again, the Hydrant Charioteers having already played, to see some new faces along with some new club selections to see how exactly everything pans out. Chance for some of these players to make a name for themselves. And we'll have to see if anyone can make a lasting impression today as we get a look at the starting lineups now for the home side, the Conductors. A couple familiar faces of Nate Bell, Taylor Pierce in the back line and the goal respectively, and Aaron Stoddard maintains as the only three starters from last year in the lineup, but new faces across the board: Schinkel, Montes, Decker, Willie Jr., and Kalashnikov. Of course, those two brought in two blockbuster deals toward the end of the transfer window, and then both rookies, Patrick Schinkel and Konstantin Popov, in the starting lineup today to see how they get on. But here is the opposition they'll be facing, and it's a very experimental lineup. And again, only two faces, Leon and Bambiak, in the starting 11. Everyone else is a new acquisition or non-starter, including the two rookie selections of Jose Evans and Pachukituk Koke, and along with last year draft pick Timio Roque Madeira Govea, and new acquisition Ziva Octave brought in from the Scouts. So a lot to dive into here as far as new faces, new players in the draft, free agency, and trades and otherwise, but we'll have to see how they get on out there today. We're ready to go here in Atlanta. It's a good atmosphere for a friendly contest and a final tune-up for these two teams as the regular season deadline is just 5 days away. And we are live. The visitors, the Banshees, kick us off. Here is Jose Evans, a second-round selection, seen as potentially the heir apparent to Axel Blaze as he is getting on in years. We'll have to see how he links up today. This is good for the Banshees so far. Nice passing. Jack Armstrong, free agent acquisition, in with Kmelik. And give it away, Jose Luis Montes, another free agent for the Conductors there, making a step in. And here goes Aaron Stoddard, full of running on this right wing. Adventurous play. He's still going here. Looking for some teammates in support. Has Jose Luis Montes to Kalashnikov. A couple of new boys combining. Lovely movement. Stoddard. Willie. It's Willie. Willie pass. Whoops. It's Willie. 5 minutes into his Conductor's debut, opens the scoring here. Well, it's only preseason, but signs of great promise in this revitalized Conductors offense. Kalashnikov and Willie with the finishing touch, both playing a part. All started with the adventurous running of Aaron Stoddard from the back, wearing the captain's armband today. What a contribution. Mac Raflane, maybe see why he is the backup goalkeeper there. Maybe should be doing better. Got a hand to it, but a weak hand. Looks weak. So each team with a individual foray forward and some good passing, but the Conductors have a goal to show for it, and they're a goal to the good. Here's Evans. Chmelik. Nice movement again. Here is Evans, heavily involved. The rookie selection, and he has Amari Sefu involved in the play now as well. Schinkel and Evans, two rookies battling it out. Schinkel comes out on top. Good tackle, and Decker, quick feet. Evans, a little bit of indecision there. You can see caught in two minds about what to do with that ball. Kalashnikov goes down hard. Popov, nice change of direction. Hits Listois. Can he return the ball? Decker. He just fell apart. Couldn't find the ball through to Popov, who had made a good run. It was a pretty good run. There's Amari Sefu, Tanzanian second-round draft pick from last year's class. To see what his future in this lineup holds today. A lot of uncertainty around this Banshees back line. Here's Armstrong. Good couple of step overs, and out wide it goes to Govea. Taylor Pierce, crunching challenge from the veteran defender. Good work. Govea wins it back, though. Here is Chukituk Kolke. And now Bambiak. Looking to release Amari Sefu on the wing. Trying to clip one in into a dicey area. Schinkel did well under pressure. Sefu trying to sort his speed out. Bambiak turns into Montes, putting in a great shift defensively so far, and now he can carry on going forward. Here is Jose Luis Montes. Looks like a new man in his new colors. Here he goes. Conductors play down the right wing again here. Can he whip it across now? Gets it back. Sefu there for the challenge. It will be a Conductors throw-in. Exciting, adventurous opening 17 minutes, especially for the home side. Kalashnikov taking advantage of the no offside on a throw-in rule. Octave did well to get his body across, and McRae picks up the scraps. Miguel Varela, one of the most outstanding rookies of last year's class. He's in the lineup again today. That's an important challenge, but Banshees have the ball again. Evans. And Schinkel there. Stepping in front of Chmelik. He's defending. Conductors looking really good. All these new acquisitions maybe have this team in a new direction in this season. Of course, it is only preseason, but... Oh, here goes Montez. Lovely run, and Kalashnikov's played him in. Brilliant goal! Oh, my goodness! The Conductors! Second-round selection, Konstantin Popov rounds off a brilliant team move, and Kalashnikov pulling the strings again. What a peach of a ball from Jose Luis Montes, though. Ooh! That is absolutely top class. Defender and goalkeeper's nightmare. Ooh! Insult to injury for McRae as well. The replay on it here. He takes a beating and he can't get to the ball either. Well, 2 new signings, 2 goals for the Conductors. 22 minutes played. Banshees in trouble here early in this preseason friendly. And they conjure up a moment of inspiration to get this game back on track, or the Conductors going to keep running away with it. It seems like the latter of the two might be more likely at this stage. There's Pachakutik Kolke. Bambiak. Chmelik. Banshees have looked good going forward up to a point, and Govea tries one! Oh my goodness, it struck the back stick. We didn't see much of him last year. We saw flashes, and this is a flash. That goal. Nate Bell really moving quite quickly across the goal there. Govea just off target. Best chance. Closest the Banshees have come so far in this game. Strange sequence here. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe observing a moment's silence for the departure of Ben Hoover from the Conductors team. They're all just kind of staring at each other. Made Nate Bell go get the ball. It's very odd. Seem to have snapped out of their trance. Goal kick can resume play. Forward and Moylands is there with Bambiak. Listois, important challenge. That snuffs out the counter, and now they could be in on their own here. Here's Willie. Circling around back to Taylor Pierce. Popov with 1 goal already has Willie. More space on the wing. In it goes from Willie. It's Popov. Couldn't quite bring it down. Good pressure from the Banshees back line. McRae, that's a nervy clearance. Didn't get it very far. Listois didn't know too much about it, though. Here's Timi Oroke. And Leon, lovely ball forward. Chmelik has it into Armstrong. Nice dummy there, Govea. And Miguel Varela. 2 sophomore selections battling it out there. As we just past the half-hour mark here in Terminal South. 2-0 in favor of the Conductors, despite the possession margin being against them, as Decker, lovely ball, is caught offside there. But the space in the wide areas for the Conductors has been really encouraging. Oh, that's an awfully harsh call. I don't think he's offside. So they've drawn the line with his arm, which shouldn't be allowed to count toward an offside decision, as it can't play the ball. Tough break there for Decker and the Conductors, but they won't be too bothered. And the Banshees find a goal of their own to make this first half a little bit better. Given away by Chmelik again. He's had a bit of a struggler out there. Popov, excellent first touch. Schinkel. Listois, good spin, but Sefu read the pass well. Was a bit telegraphed in truth from Remy Listois, the runner-up in league assists last season with 13 to his name, only behind the impressive league MVP Konohamaru Saratobi, as Sefu skips away. Nice ball in. Nate Bell left in no man's land, but Varela and Schinkel, a really encouraging start to that partnership. Trying to build some of that rapport up in this preseason as we approach the start date. Montez off target that time. There's Evans. And Bambiak. Middle of the field here, the Banshees. Gouveia to Diego Melion. It's ball to Kamelik. Can he find a pass here? Gouveia just ran into too many yellow bodies in the back wall there. The yellow submarine was formed. Popov to L'Histoire. Nice ball for Willie. That's an incisive pass on the wing again. Here goes Willie. Looking for Kalashnikov in the middle. And Zeeb, Octave, battled with him really well. Banshees have done some good defending here in this one, but they still are staring down a 2-0 deficit as we round into the final 2 minutes of the first half. Varela again in the way there for an interception. Here's Popov. Been lively in his first career start. Kalashnikov on for Decker. That's excellent. Lorenzo Decker. Montez with space on the wing to deliver another cross maybe. And into Evans. Good tracking back. And the Banshees' young starlet. And snuffs out the danger. Octave. 2 minutes of added time. 2-0. Still the scoreline here in Atlanta. Evans. Last chance for the Banshees to get forward. What can they conjure up here? Schmelik. Armstrong had a little bit of a tough time getting that ball out of his feet, but able to ride the pressure from Schinkel. Evans. Schmelik. Good turn inside for Utimi Oroke. Jose Evans and Schinkel and Varela shut the door again. That is an encouraging start for this Conductors team with so many new faces in the lineup, but they are showing us what they have got to offer so far. Unlike this Banshees team, tough start for Jack Armstrong, who's been out of the league for the past few seasons as a free agent. Looking to make more of an impression in the second half along with the rest of his Banshees teammates. 2-0 to the Conductors here at the break. We'll be right back with the second 45 in just a moment here on the National Soccer League Network. Yeah. Welcome back, National Soccer League fans. It is a 2-0 lead for the home side here after 45 played. This man, no stats on the goals and assist chart, but if you look at that, it doesn't tell you the whole picture. He has been very, very key in both of those goals, heavily involved in the build-up play that helps spring the trap to get the players in behind. Banshees will be looking to do some of that trap springing of their own here in the second half. Armstrong, nice ball for Bombiak, who can hit from range. It does! Oh, Michael Bombiak with an absolute bomb! With the left foot, outside the box, strikes a golden arrow into the top corner. Michael Bombiak, take a bow. Right on cue, he picks it up here. As we mentioned, he can shoot from distance. Didn't know he could do that with his weak foot. Fair play to Nate Bell. I don't think any goalkeeper in the league is saving this shot. What a finish from Bombiak, and suddenly the game burst back into life. Well, it's just what they needed, this Banshees side, relying on some of their key players, experienced players in the starting lineup. Only 3 of them on the field. Bombiak and Melion. And one of them has stepped up here with a massive contribution. 2-1 here. Here is Popov again. Great start to his game, but Melion, great defensive work, only as far as Pierce, though. Willie Passé. Moylan's getting back in there. Nice defending in this corner. The Banshees clearly making an emphasis to try to get more pressure in the wide areas where they were exposed often in the first half. Here's Bombiak, the goal scorer, and Armstrong. Nice ball to Jose Evans. Schmelik, again, the point that breaks down in the attack for the Banshees. But they've got it back through a good win from Moylan's. Here is Bombiak. And there's another side. Nice ball for Sefu in behind. Sefu cuts it back, and Miguel Varela hooks that one away. Banshees putting on the pressure here. They've got it again, though. It's a totally different look in this half, but there's Willie defending well, and now he can take off in a foot race with Vidaro Moylan's. That's a check his run back inside of Taylor Pierce. Varela, a little bit of a loose pass, given away. Here is Chmelik. Pressure continues with Armstrong going forward, looking for support in the final third of the Banshees. Here's Sefu. Cuts it back. Good ball for Armstrong. Here's Moylan's. Bombiak with a chance. Out wide it goes to Melion. This is much better. Diego Melion, and Pierce just in time. Great tackle. And what would have been a great team goal. But Pierce had other ideas. And L'Histoire, clever touch out of the pressure. Has Schinkel on the ball now. Nice ball from Schenkel to Popov. That's a lovely pass. Out wide it goes for Lorenzo Decker. They're queuing up in the back post here. Popov's header and save by McRaplane. Game is really opening up nicely now. Pachacuti Kolke to Bambia. Just over half an hour to play in Atlanta here. 2-1. The lead is still intact, albeit a bit more slender now than it was at the break. Evans, nice ball. Armstrong, can he find Sefu? He's overhit the pass by a country mile. Oh dear. That was the moment. Although I think Sefu might be thanking his lucky stars that pass was off target. That is not exactly the player you'd want that chance to fall to in this situation. You got a substitution now. Old Bowers coming out for Aaron Stoddard. Conductors trying to shore things up. And the rookie being replaced by his predecessor incumbent, Axel Blaze, trying to add that dimension of creativity in the attacking midfield role. So 2 midfield changes, 1 from each team. And we play on here from a long goal kick from Nate Bell. Lovely work there. Here is the straw. Good hold-up play. Bowers involved straight away. Kalashnikov. Popov forming the Soviet Union up top. Here is Kalashnikov. Nice feet, but Zebaktiv again in the way. Good defending. Armstrong and Kamelik. Quicker passing, quicker tempo to the play from the Banshees here, trying to get that incisive pass that would lead to a goal. Here's Kamelik. The overlap is Milion, but Willie, great defending again. Ooh, nervy clearance from Nate Bell. But it's worked out for the Conductors. Here goes Pierce. Space on the wing again. It's Milion giving chase. Willie not able to get there ahead of Timi Oroke, but have it back here. Active, another important interception there. Back and forth, both teams struggling for possession at the moment. Leon checks his forward run, and there's Blaze off the bench. Looking to drive in behind with Diego Maleon in support. Can they get a cross in here? Lifted up towards Armstrong. Nice ball. Blaze. Oh, he scuffed it. Just kicked the wrong part of the ball, but Maleon wins it back. Oh, lovely flick from Chemelik. Chemelik! Oh, what a goal! The Banshees draw level in some style. And it's Lubos Chemelik. He had a real tough first half, but a lovely flick to set this one up, and then he's there at the end to round it off in fine fashion. Get a look at this. A splendid team goal. Fine strike as well. And give credit where it's due. Chemelik, the architect, and the construction crew all in one. And this building of a beautiful equalizing goal. It is 2-2 here in Atlanta. We've got a tie game in this preseason matchup with just 15 minutes to play. Where do we go from here? Oops. Powers lifting it long. Tough sledding in the second half for the Conductors after a first half where everything went their way. Another change on the board now. It's Chris Kivomia coming on for Timi Oroke Govea. Interesting performance from him again. Not anything really too concrete to speak about, but flashes of potential. Still early on in his young career, of course. And the Banshees do the unthinkable and overturn the 2-0 deficit in front of the home crowd. That might help. A long ball towards Maleon in stride. Is it down now? Waiting for support. Patient play. It's behind Willie. Oh! Bundled over Maleon. It's a reckless challenge. We're going to let it fly with nothing more than a talking to. Pierce not happy. Let's see why. Oh. Preseason game. There's no place for that kind of a challenge. The battle of the 213s there. Well, the goals have been scored at this end of the field. The Banshees put the game to bed. Can the Conductors break that trend, or will we have to search on in extra time for a golden goal? Remains to be seen as Bowers carries forward. Nice run. Popov. Quick feet. Pierce into Willie. Willie into Listois. There it is! The Conductors answer the bell call and retake the lead with Remy Listois. Well, the fans will be hoping to see much more of that over the season to come. A lovely attack. And the Conductors show great resolve in the face of adversity. The Banshees, who did so well to get back in the game, undone by a move of brilliance, finished off A brilliant young player, Remy Lestois. Take a bow, son. Macroflame, again, you can see why he's a backup. Nowhere near it. But it is a close-range chance. And it's been duly buried by Remy Lestois. Another change, final of the day for the Banshees. Abraham coming on to the last roll of the dice for the man who thought he had sent the game to extra time, and Lalo Kamelik. He's off now. Just over 10 minutes for the Banshees to try and dig out another equalizing goal. They trail again here, as they have for most of the afternoon. Here's Armstrong. Interesting debut from him, and that was certainly interesting. Fans giving him a little bit of stick. The ironic G's and cheers. Howard's able to play out of the pressure of little Axel Blaze. Here's Pierce. He's been quite integral in this team so far. Might have carved out a role for himself in the starting lineup. Really? Twice denied by Octave. And now Kivomia steps across. Kolke gonna launch one forward, but nobody on the end of that one. Here's Montez. Coolly done under pressure. Powers has time and space to pick a pass. Has Decker. Lestraw. Heidi touches to Willie, and Kalashnikov out wide now has it. Cutting inside, Kalashnikov. Nice ball to Decker. It's Willie. Willie take it on. Kivomia. Heroic tackle. Pachakuti Kolke. Out it goes to Sefu, but matches are pinned back here. They play out of this high pressure. 88 minutes on the clock. Omari Sefu on the ball. Banshees need to get going forward, and they need to do it quickly. Here is Moylands. How much do they have left in the tank? Moylands. Nice ball out wide to Abraham. Inside it goes to Kivomia, trying to flick, but great defending from Varela, who read it. Cuts it out. 4 minutes of added time for the Conductors to hold on here in front of the home crowd. Lestraw, nice ball. Montez, Octave, another strong tackle. Two defender debuts who have been impressive on each side. Here's Armstrong. Blaze. Banshees trying to fashion one last chance, but Patrick Schenkel showing why he was drafted 3rd overall. That's another great tackle. Decker sending it long, not going to get to its intended target. Macroflane's got to get up and go. There's it up to Kolke. Is the ref going to let this attack play out? Time is up. I think that'll do it. Just awaiting the final blast, and there it is. The Conductors hang on, a 3-2 victory in this preseason friendly over the Montana Banshees in a game that really had it all. Ups and downs across the evening, into the rain. This one will go into the books. A lot of encouraging signs for both these teams. We've got 2 more games coming up in just a moment here, but for now, let's just sit back and enjoy the sights, sounds, and scenes from this one as we leave you here with our full match highlights. Back in a little while for our next game up on the National Soccer League Network. It will be between the Green Galaxy and the Mayflowers. See you all back in just a short while. Ooh, that's all.